Neuralink is crazy with the fucking monkey playing the video game with his mind. That's nuts.
Well, that's not teleportation yet.
I know, but
that's
still.
That's like some AR or VR kind of stuff.
So my point of the bringing up the worm thing is,
yeah, when will it stop?
If we can take our consciousness, or can you take your soul out of your body? Like, are you even still alive, or is it just? Do you watch Black Mirror?
Yeah.
It's the White Christmas episode with John Hamm, and they make a copy of the girl's consciousness and put it into a little AI machine, and she thinks she's real, but it's actually just like just a copy of how her brain works.
I've seen the beginning of that episode. I don't know if I've ever finished it.
Fucking crazy.
I do love John Hamm though.
He's awesome. But that's kind of the point. Like, is it even you if they take it out of you? Like, what is you? You know?
So have you ever read Philip K. Dick, any of his books?
No. Dick.
Fantastic. He's my favorite writer.
Yes.
That's like the whole premise of one of his books, which was made into Blade Runner. Have you seen Blade Runner?
No, I got to watch that.
Fantastic. So I have the book. I could lend it to you. It's this guy goes around and he's hunting down androids, which are just replicants of humans. And he does certain tests on them to see, like, is James Cunningham an android? And, like, they're so perfect that it's impossible to know without these certain tests. And then if they are an android, he executes them because they're supposed to be.
That's
really
sick.
good. You got to watch Blade Runner. It's
that
fantastic.
is cool. Fuck.
And the movie goes into a different direction, but the book kind of gets at the idea of, like, is he an android? So it's, like, really awesome. I have so many of his books. I would love to lend them to you. They're fantastic. But
I gotta
it's
start
the same
reading.
thing where it's like, what makes up a human? Like, he's the narrator of the story, so he feels real, and you think he's real the whole time. So, what makes what's the difference between an android, or which is like a human with an AI brain, and an actual human? Like, what's the difference if there's no perceptible difference?
I don't know. Is there one? Like, one's artificial and one was born. Dude. But, like, then it's, they're both made. They're both created. I don't know if there is. That's what I'm coming to.
Well, it gets back to your idea of, like, the soul.
Yeah. Because
that could be the differentiator. But how do you measure that?
Exactly.
Because we're not.
It's just a circle.
It's crazy.
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Damn. Do you think there's a difference between AI and humans?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's immeasurable, though, or at the point that we're at, it's immeasurable. But I think it goes back to what you were saying about the soul. Like, that could be the differentiator, because physically we can make them exactly the same, or soon maybe we can, and mentally, in terms of brain power, we can, or we will be able to, like you're saying with the worm. So maybe there's just this one thing that's so far immeasurable that would show it.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, like, I feel like you got to watch Blade Runner.
I think I have to. Damn, we watch a lot of movies here. I'll put that up.
And then they made a late sequel, Blade Runner 2049, that came out like a couple of years ago. That was also fantastic. Similar, but
yeah, I'll have to watch that because, yeah, man, fuck. This shit actually scares me because literally there's at the Boston or Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or I think it's
Boston Dynamics.
Yeah. Did you see those dancing robots?
No, but I see that they always put out the, like, yellow dog robot ones.
These things did a fucking choreographed dance.
Yeah, they're getting
literally
crazy.
Flips, cartwheels, dance. Better than a human could. Just imagine that with a fucking gun. They're literally using the dogs to, like, climb. They open doors, and they're using them for, like, policing. What the fuck? We're literally going to be living in a robotics world very soon.
It's a weird conundrum between wanting the greatest efficiency and producing machines that can give you the greatest efficiency, but at the same time not understanding where a limit could be. When I was, like, really little, I had a book of Star Trek comics, and one of them was because every Star Trek they're like, oh, let's go explore a planet, and then they drop down, they're like, oh, this planet's so weird, so they drop down to this planet. And it's like this beautiful, like, miles wide, like the entire country or planet is a city, but there's no people. So then they find at some point there's, like, people huddling somewhere, and they're like, what's going on? They say, we're this amazing civilization. We built these machines first to, do your laundry, and then to mow the lawn, and, up and up and up. And soon we built these world builder machines, and they just started building the world. But then the machines somehow got the idea that the humans were in the way, and they're like, oh, you have no place in our clean city that we're building. And it just, for some reason, brought me back to that. It was an interesting comic. I got to go back and find out how they fixed it.
Dude, that sounds like pretty in the direction we're going in.
But I love, so the Philip K. Dick that I was mentioning, they're all written in like the 60s. He's died of drug-related causes in maybe the 70s or 80s. But
most creatives
it's
do.
So crazy that this stuff was written, half a century ago, but is so applicable, 1984, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they got it pretty spot on, even with Terminator and that shit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the themes of it are coming to fruition.
Yeah, even do you ever read Gattaca or see the movie?
I mean, I've heard the name. I've never seen it.
It's about genetically modifying our DNA, which they're now doing in China. They are making super soldiers.
Is this
it's
Battlestar Galactica, or is this a different thing?
It's Gattaca. It's like, because it's Gattaca, which is like the genes, like your DNA. The G, A's, and the C's and the T's or whatever. Mm-hmm. But pretty much, it's talking about how we get this technology where we can edit our genes, and you could choose designer babies. And you can make them stronger, or taller, or more handsome, or better at this, or better at that. And then it was a mix of genetic babies and ones that weren't mutated. Mm-hmm. And it just makes everything so unfair. And it's like, well, now are we going to become God and just start messing with things? But it was cool because at the end of the movie, it was like they went out swimming out to sea it for like a competition or whatever. And the genetically modified one started drowning, and the one other guy saved him because he had will, because you can't genetically modify like human will,
Yeah, well, that's getting back to like what we were saying about the soul could be the differentiator.
Yeah,
this is really interesting.
Yeah, the movie's sick. It's in the book's great. I read it. I think I read it in high school, but it is a really cool topic, and now we're really seeing that the CRISPR technology is coming out, and
the gene editing.
Yeah, it's weird. I think we are literally the generation of change. Everything's changing in our world. Mm-hmm. Like, we were literally given a fucking, my world's on fire, how about yours?
Yeah.
That's the way I like it. I never get bored.
Good quote.
Yeah, thanks, man. Love my...
That's interesting.